What's up, everybody? This is sober day number 270. Right now, I am actually heading on down to New York City to fly out to Texas to go see my family. My grandmother is sick and in the hospital. They had to induce a coma. Normally, I might not, do a video on something like this, but I felt it was kind of important because, one of the main reasons why I always went back to drinking back in the day whenever I tried to go sober was because of the fact that I would use any old excuse. And in fact, when I did have some family tragedies or family issues or family emergencies, that'd be the first thing I always did. So I just want to document how I get through this and stay sober the entire time. We got Austin here. He is going on the trip with us, the good old sobriety dog, who seems more anxious than me right now. It's JFK before everybody gets here, before it turns into a madhouse. Like I said, I'm kind of documenting this because, this is one of the first big things I've had to kind of deal with while sober, a family emergency. And, as ironically as I look, right in front of me, here, I'll turn the camera around. You can see, there's a liquor store right there. I know I'm not going to drink. That is not my intention. But it is funny how my mind is looking for those things. Like I haven't really noticed alcohol since I've been sober. Like I don't really notice it. I don't notice the advertisements as much. I do see them everywhere, but I don't notice them. But my brain is trying to say, hey, look, there it is, right there, it's right there. I mean, obviously it's closed, and that's where everything that I've practiced and everything that I've learned and the new habits that I put in my life. That's where they come into play. Is saying, hey, your brain's just trying to kind of trick you right now and use that as an excuse to crack your relapse. We ain't gonna let that happen. So, at a duty-free store, even if it was open, we wouldn't go walking in it. This is JFK. It's never empty like this. This is insane. Like this is, most people don't see New York like this, because no matter where you go in New York, like everything's always going. Only in the airport, at 2 a.m. can you find New York City looking like a ghost town. Yo, we out on the rooftop right now. It's like 4 o'clock. Just city starting to come to life. People are starting to get dropped off. Yo, flying out of New York right now. So we should be in Dallas in about 3 hours. And there it is. Yo, it looks like we're landing into a storm. Texas storms are crazy compared to the rest of everything in the country. At least what I've seen. So, I finally made it. That was a long trip. Didn't get much sleep on it, but all in all, it was nice. This guy who's being a pain right now, he's all riled up, ready to be wide awake apparently. Yeah, today was a good day. So we got here, took about 24 hours, I'd say, in travel time. And it was mostly because of the fact that I had to leave because I couldn't get a bus or a train out early enough to make the flight. So I'm gonna finally lay down in this comfy camp style bed right here and get some sleep and see you guys in the morning. So today I got to see my grandmother in the hospital in the ICU, and it was difficult. It was. And I didn't do much recording today, obviously. Was talking more with the doctors, with my family, talked to my wife, who's a nurse, trying to get some understanding on what some of the stuff was that was being told to us. And, it hit me, so that's why I didn't that's why I didn't record anything right after. I kind of just sat with my thoughts today and, use some of the stuff I've learned in recovery of dealing with tough situations. Luckily, it's looking like she's probably gonna pull through. But it was tough. It was difficult, and it's one of the first times I've had to really kind of sit in my thoughts and with my feelings and really process it, go through. I wouldn't call it grieving necessarily because obviously she's still around and they're saying that she should pull through everything. She's gonna have some issues that they'll deal with once they're able to get her back out of the coma. But you know, it it was a tough thing to go through, from being honest, you know. Um, and sure, did I have a thought today? Did I have a thought? If I'm being really honest, did I have a thought that a drink would be nice? Yeah, I did. But I just thought of all the things that would go with that. First of all, A, I'd lose my recovery time, and that's very important to me. B, it's not what she would want. It's not what my family would want. It's not the right answer. I can't stay in the good thought process that I was in, of being able to be coherent and deal with the situation, take in the information, all that. So, I made the conscious decision to stay sober, like I do every day. But today was a little more difficult as I was dealing with stuff. So, I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, I'm proud of myself for not drinking. But I would say that it was nice to see that I could get through something and not have to turn to that bottle and actually be coherent enough to deal with it and not just drink till I forget about the problem and totally not deal with it at all. Sure, I could have drank today and been numb, but the problem still would have been there tomorrow. So I would have had to drink again tomorrow to be numb to still not deal with it. And then you just get stuck in the loop, in the vicious circle. So again, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, say I'm proud of myself. I'm an adult. I should be able to refrain from that. But I will say I am proud to see that all the stuff I've learned in recovery and in my intensive outpatient groups that I did, that all those things actually work, and what I mean by that is the processes of dealing with situations and problem solving and remembering what happens if I do pick up the bottle and how it is a vicious circle and how it would turn into, it wouldn't be just one day of drinking. It wouldn't just be me drinking today to be numb today. I'd have to repeat that process a lot, So it was good to see that taking anybody who's in intensive outpatient or in inpatient or you're in recovery, remember, yeah, sure, you can drink and you could be numb for that day, but the problems don't go away. They're still there, and you're gonna have to face them at some point. By the way, sorry about the light show. There's a TV on over here for lighting. I didn't bring any lighting with me. So we're at the airport. Get ready to head out. Get back to New York. Great news. My grandmother actually woke up for a little bit today. Without giving out too much info, long story short, she looking much better. She's still in ICU, but I'm glad I made it out here. I didn't get to go to the hospital and see her while she was awake for a little bit, but they did FaceTime me, so I was already on my way back and get ready to travel. So yeah, thank you for all the support, guys. We made it. We made it through, and see, did it without a drink, did it without anything. I had this little guy that with me. He helped. But yeah, looking back, I'm just so happy I didn't resort to drinking. I resorted to everything I've learned in my groups and everything like that. Worked through the processes, maintain my sobriety, and live to go on another day and prove that you can make it through anything. This was a first big test, and it felt good. Felt good. I will be honest, like I said, still noticing, you still notice the alcohol everywhere. And I'm sure that'll subside as she gets better and stuff. But it is weird how your brain does like to play some tricks on you. Your brain saying, hey, I got the fix. And it's looking for that quick out. Doesn't want to do the work sometimes. And I think that'll change over time as my habits develop and you deal with more, tragedies and struggles in life and all that. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you all so much. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, do all that good stuff. And this year it's all about the comments. So comment below. You know, if you're somebody who struggled with something like this before, or you got a story of how, you know, during recovery you had to deal with your first big, you know, major stress in your life. You know, tell me how you got through it. I'm interested to hear other people's thoughts. All right, guys, love y'all. Thanks so much. See you in the next video. And the sun's setting. We're almost home. Look at that. Perfect way to end the trip.